So, there's no two ways about it. That was one of the worst games I can remember watching from a Scotland perspective. At least the loss to Northern Ireland at home in the friendly. You had the Euros to look forward to. That was just awful in every aspect that you can think of. I don't think any of the players played particularly well. And it just goes to show that that was the game that you should have just played the fringe players in. We got pumped anyway. Um, Although in saying that, Slicker and goals, it feels like it might be a wee bit harsh on him, but that was probably one of the worst debuts I've ever seen from a player in any capacity. Credit to Iceland. They didn't have to play well on the night at all to win a game comfortably. Yes, it's only a friendly, but, I think it's just so flat to be watching Scotland at the moment. I think it's, this Scotland side have been compared to a club side in terms of the mentality of them getting together and stuff, and it feels like a club side that have completely lost faith in the manager. In all honesty, commentary pointed out that since we beat Georgia in that game that was never ending 2 years ago, we've won 4 competitive fixtures in that time. That was 2 years ago. In my opinion, Clark should have gone after the Euros 100%, but he'll not go after a friendly. But he really should. It's just finished. It's in the preview video that I did with the lineup, when I saw it was a back five, and I said I could kind of understand that with the lack of width with Ben Doak, I thought we were going to do our regular stuff with a back five, where it would be more like a back three, and it would be Robertson and Tierney pushing forward, but that didn't really happen. It only happened maybe twice. We parked the bus against Iceland. What was that? You were looking for a response from the Greece result, and there was just nothing. At least if you put a bunch of new players in, because at least Lennon Miller looked like he was trying to make stuff happen at the end. They'll be trying stuff to try and secure their place. George Hurst was trying to try and secure his place. Terrible miss from him in the game, mind you. But the old guard, they know their spots are secure. So they didn't care in this friendly. Andy Robertson, once again, terrible. I don't know, there was an occasion where it was such an easy ball for him to put in. Just skies it. It's unbelievable how he just forgets how to cross a ball for Scotland. And then at the end, it just devolved into hoofball. Like we were some mid-table Scottish Premiership side trying to snatch a winner or snatch an equaliser against, a Celtic or a Rangers or something like that. It was just awful. And getting to the goals themselves, and obviously Angus Gunn gets injured really, really early on in the game. Kind of inconspicuous, to be honest. I think it was his ankle in the end. Slicker comes on immediately, gives the ball away. His positioning's not great for the goal, but it's a good finish from Iceland, in fairness to them. But I think Slicker not only could be doing better with the pass, but the positioning's not great at all. And then we almost have it again where he gives it away. This time we don't get punished for it. The goal that we get to get back into the game is a decent ball in from Max Johnson from the corner. The Iceland goalie should be doing better, but John Souttar does what he can, gets a header onto it and scores. At that point, it was kind of a bit of a surprise of a goal. We didn't really look to have threatened much, apart from the George Hurst one where he really should be scoring. John McGinn puts a decent ball into the box and it's 3 yards out and he misses a header. Poor from him. Half time, it was boos. I expected potential changes, especially with it being a friendly. Nothing. You can do the whole adage of, well, he's giving them the 15 minutes to show what they can do. And we showed what we could do as well in the game. Obviously, just before half time, we were 2-1 down thanks to a calamity at the back. It's a Lewis Ferguson own goal in the end, but again, I think Slicker should be saving it personally. He's flapping at it. As well, he probably should have came and claimed the ball in originally, potentially, and commanded his area. But the third goal, I mean, a free header for a start, terrible defensively, but it goes right through Slicker's hands. It's just It's just awful. You know, you don't want to be too critical of somebody who's getting their debut, still really young, but horrible, horrible debut. We looked to get back into the game. McTominay was a really good take. Good save from the goalie. Hurst puts it into the back of the net, but it's given us offside. And yeah, from that it was just kind of side to side, nothing. The boos were heard at the end. I think in the commentary mentioned that it feels like it's the end of an era for it. It's time for change. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to end up getting him, but Ange Postecoglou just became available. So ask the question at least. At least he plays entertaining football. The only reason I can actually stomach this and be able to watch this every now and again is because I only need to watch it a couple of times throughout the year. If this was a regular basis, wow, the football's just torrid to watch. I mean, back five, sitting back against Iceland, what are we doing? Again, it is a friendly, but oh, it's just poor, and a change needs to happen. It won't though, because you know the SFA see him as unsackable since he got us to those major tournaments. But you can tell with the fans, the players, like I said, it's just totally flat now. I mean, it was quiet tonight, not only because it was a pointless friendly, but also the SFA are charging ridiculous prices for the tickets as well. Basically charging competitive fixture prices for pointless friendlies. You know, the game on Monday, I think it is, against Liechtenstein. I mean, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't in that one. If we don't destroy them, then you'll get criticism. If we do, then it's only Liechtenstein. But I want to see a lot more rotation in that one. And please start with a back four. Come on, please don't start with a back five if you're going to play the same way there. Jeez, oh man. But again, a friendly as well, and you only make 5 substitutions. You can make as many as you want. Well, out with Slicker, of course, as a necessity. But it was just poor. I'm just tired of Steve Clarke being in charge now. Thank you very much for getting us to back-to-back Euros. We got absolutely embarrassed at both of them. Tactically terrible at both of them. Picking your favourites over and over again. Grant Hanley is another example of that. It's just been terrible in his entire tenure for doing that. Please do the right thing and walk away now. And let's get somebody else in. Anyway, that's the thoughts on it. It's just, I'm just tired of it now. We'll see how we get on against Liechtenstein. If we don't win that one's surely sackable, even if it's a friendly. Thank you very much for watching. If you are new around here, please consider liking and subscribing and checking out some of the other content on the channel. Maybe you should check out the preview that I did for the game where I got the prediction horribly wrong for Iceland. So, or check out some of the other content on the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one.